Yo, what's good on today's video? I got the how to make a boss slash enemy NPC video with skills and stuff. This is kind of an updated version of my how to make an enemy AI slash NPC video I made a while ago and stuff. I took the code from that. I improved the M1s. They now have sound effects and stuff and animations. So I improved that code. And then I just added a way to where there's a chance that like an ability will play instead of just a regular punch, instead of just like them just throwing a punch or something like that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. Okay, so we don't need any remote events or local scripts. We only need a server script. So I'm gonna go over everything we need. So first things first, inside of server storage, I have the enemy. It's just the basic model. It's literally just I went to Avatar Rig Builder and I just built them, and then I just created a model and stuff, right? So I renamed that model to enemy. I inserted a string value. You could click the plus icon, insert a string value, and I named it next animation. This is simply just to keep track of what's it called? This is simply to keep track of like which animation to play and stuff. So for example, if they throw, it's going to start off with them throwing a left punch. When they throw a left punch, it'll switch to a right. Then they'll throw a right punch. It's just for the animations and stuff, so I can keep track of that. So you guys can insert that string value, plus icon, just type string, insert that, rename it to next animation, set its value equal to left, right? Naming is very important. So yeah, once we're done with that, then I just have this infinity spear. You guys don't have to copy this necessarily and stuff. This is literally just a regular part that's just transparent. Material is a force field, and yeah, it's literally the it's from my Gojo's how to make Gojo's infinity slash limitless technique video and stuff like that. So I just took it from that because that's going to be the basic ability. I'm just doing a basic ability for the video, just demonstrating how you would go about scripting an enemy to use an attack rather than a player using the attack and stuff. So yeah, then inside of sound service, I have some sound effects. Again, I got these from the toolbox and stuff. This is a regular punch sound effect, and this is the infinity sound. I think this is like a laser or something, but yeah, so I just got that from the toolbox. All animations as well are from the toolbox and stuff. If you're making this the exact same way I have made this, then know that you have to name your animations, at least the left punch or right punch animation. You have to name them exactly as I have. The reason for that is because it's going to search for whatever the current next animation value is. I think that's what it's called, right? Yeah, next animation. You guys see how it's a capital L, the word left, right? Then it's gonna insert punch animation, so it'll look for either left punch animation or right punch animation, and then the walk animation will play whenever they're not attacking and the NPC is walking. But yeah, so from there, yeah, we can get straight into the scripting. So head on over to server script service, insert a server script. You can then insert said animations into the script, right? And then I'm going to rename the script to enemy script. Once again, you have to use your own animation. You guys cannot use mine. Instead, you can get animations from the toolbox. So first things first, delete print hello world. We got to create a couple variables. So first, let's get the sound service. So it's equal to game get service sound service, and then let's create a variable for the debris service. Local ds is equal to game get service debris. Then create a variable for the tween service, so local ts is equal to game get service tween service. Then create a variable for the enemy npc, which is inside of server storage. So I'm just going to say local enemy npc is equal to game that server, oh my bad, game that server storage wait for child enemy, right? And then I'm going to parent the enemy to the workspace. So enemy npc dot parent is equal to workspace. Now, obviously, this isn't necessarily how you would go about it, like in a real game and stuff like that. I'm just demonstrating to you guys with one enemy. Obviously, you would have like a more complex spawn system and stuff for enemies, but this video is more so focusing on like abilities stuff, not like an overall enemy spawning system. But anyway, we're then gonna set up the functions so that players get hitboxes and stuff when they join the game. So game.players.player added connect function, in parentheses put PLR, which is short for the player, then enter. We're then gonna start setting up the hitbox after we do the player.character added function. So character added connect function, in parentheses put character, enter. Then let's start setting up the hitbox code. We're then gonna say local hitbox is equal to instance.new, in parentheses put part, parent this to the characters humanoid root part, and then we're going to set some properties. We're going to say hitbox.name is equal to hitbox. Then we're going to say hitbox that anchored is equal to false. Hitbox that can't collide is equal to false. Hitbox that massless is equal to true. Hitbox that transparency is equal to 1 unless you're testing. Hitbox that size is equal to vector3 dot new, dot new, and then it's 5 by 6 by 2.5, and then hitbox dot color is equal to red, so color 3 dot new 1 comma 0 comma 0. This is again for testing. Then hitbox pivot 2, we're going to set it C frame. We're going to say character dot humanoid root part dot C frame, and then lastly we're going to weld the hitbox to the character's humanoid root part. So I'm going to say weld constraint and create a weld constraint, so it's equal to instance dot new weld constraint parent this to the hitbox. Then I'm going to say weld constraint dot part 0 is equal to the hitbox, and then weld constraint dot part 1 is equal to the character's humanoid root part. And then we're done with that function. Then after this, all I'm simply going to say is enemy NPC wait for child. I'm going to wait for the humanoid before I set up the while loop and stuff, simply just so that what's it called? Simply just so that the while loop runs once everything is loaded, as well as the animation, because I'm also allowed to play the run animation, or the run animation / walk animation. So I'm going to say local AT is equal to enemy NPC dot humanoid dot animator load animation, right? And then we're going to play the walk animation. So then I'm going to say script dot walk animation, then AT play, right? It'll play this animation and stuff. And then lastly, we need to create a hitbox for the enemy NPC and stuff, right? So there's two ways you could do this. You could just click play, then just copy and paste the hitbox into the enemy NPC, or you could create it in the code. But I feel like we should save ourselves some time, even though we just have to copy and paste. Let's save ourselves some time. So here's what we're gonna do. Let's go ahead and click play, right? And then you see the enemy is there, and it's already got the walk animation playing. So go into workspace, find your character, scroll down till you find your humanoid root part, scroll down, and then you find the hitbox, copy it, stop, then go to the enemy, find its humanoid root part, right click, paste into, right? And then all you have to do is just change what it's welded to. So set part 1, or sorry, set it, not change it, because it's not set by default. So we're going to set part 1 to the humanoid root part of the enemy, and then it's going to be out of place, so you're going to have to bring the enemy back into the workspace. Then you're going to go find the hitbox once again. Where's the hitbox? Okay. And then you're going to have to make it transparent so that, or sorry, you're going to make it like halfway transparent, and then you have to adjust it. So usually this just involves like moving it over. So yeah, and then just make sure it's good like that. And then boom, once you've done that, put it back inside of server storage, and now the enemy already has the hitbox, so we don't even need to create it via the script. So after that, what we're then going to do is I'm going to create a variable called closest player. So local closest player is equal to nil. And so we'll keep track of whoever's closest. The enemy is designed to, or is programmed to go after the closest player and stuff, right? So I'm going to say while true do, enter. Then I'm going to say local minimum distance is equal to math.huge, right? Then after I'm set up before I v in pairs loop, before I comma v in pairs, I'm going to say game.players, the children, enter. Then I'm going to create a variable for the player's character. So character is equal to v.character. And then I'm going to set up another variable after the character. I'm going to say if character, right? So if the character does exist, then I'm going to create a variable for the distance. So local distance is equal to, in parentheses, you're going to say enemy NPC dot humanoid root part dot position minus character, then the same thing, humanoid root part dot position, then go on the outside, and then you're going to say dot magnitude, then you're going to set up an if statement, right? You're going to say if distance is less than the minimum distance, right? Enter. Then you're going to say minimum distance is then equal to set distance. And then you're going to say closest player is equal to v, because if you recall, v is the player, so it'll pretty much, it's just pretty much all this is just doing is just searching for the nearest player. And then once we found it, then we're going to have the enemy NPC start moving towards the direction of the player. So character, we're gonna have it move in the direction of the character's humanoid root part hitbox. And then do that position since this has to be a vector 3 coordinate, right? And then after that, we're going to set up the ray casting for the enemy to detect if it's within range to use its either its ability or just regular M1s. So let me just double check. Okay, we're good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say local create a variable. So local start position is equal to enemy NPC humanoid root part, if I can get this, humanoid root part dot hitbox dot position, right? And then you're going to say local direction is equal to enemy NPC dot humanoid root part dot hitbox dot cframe dot look vector, right? And then after, you're going to set up the raycast parameters. So local raycast params is equal to raycast params dot new, oh my bad, dot new, close parentheses. And then you're going to set these properties real quick, right? You're going to say raycast params dot filter. I don't know why it's not working. Oh, I don't think that's the right one. Raycast params, yeah, there we go. Raycast params dot filter type is equal to enum dot filter. Oh, I keep forgetting, so this is different. Raycast filter type that exclude, and then raycast params, make sure you're referencing the variable, and then you're gonna put filter descendants instances is equal to special brackets. You're gonna create a table, and then you're just gonna say enemy NPC get descendants, and then boom. After you finish with that, you're then gonna create a variable for the ray. So ray is equal to workspace. Then you're gonna say ray cast, throw your start position in there, the direction, multiply it by 5 or whatever value works for you. Then raycast params, right? And then you're gonna say if ray, so if the ray was fired, and ray dot instance if it makes contact with an instance, and ray dot instance dot name is equal to, in quotation marks, you're gonna say hitbox enter. Then we're gonna create an attack chance variable. So attack chance is equal to math dot random. You guys can set this, can do these numbers whatever way you want. So I'm just doing it simply 1 out of 100. That's right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an if statement based off of that. So what I'm going to say is if attack chance is less than equal to 75, pretty much that means a 3 in 4 chance of this happening. I'm going to then play M1s. There's a 1 in 4 chance of an ability playing, but you guys can adjust the odds if you want it to be 50-50. If you want it to be a higher chance that they use their abilities, you guys can do it whatever way you want. That's completely up to you guys and stuff. So yeah. So once I've done that, I'm then going to set up the M1 stuff. So we're going to set up the AT, so we can just copy and paste this. So Control C, Control V, right? So for our animation track, it's the same thing. The only difference is you're going to say script, regular bracket, and then you're going to say enemy NPC dot next animation dot value dot in quotation marks punch animation. This is why I said naming is very important. So then it'll play that animation, right? And then we're going to play the punch sound effect. So punch, play. And then I'm going to create a variable for the enemy character. So I do want to clarify that one. I do want to clarify just so people don't get confused. The enemy NPC is referring to the, the NPC going on attacking. Enemy character is referring to the players and stuff. I just want to clarify that and stuff because I know it's a little different. So normally we're programming attacks that the player uses to attack the enemy NPC, but now to an enemy NPC or a player, another player. But we're kind of doing the opposite now. So I'm going to say local enemy character is equal to ray.instance.parent.parent. And then lastly, we're going to do some damage. So enemy character that humanoid dot health is less than equal to, I think I did it about 5. And then I'm going to add some knockback simply because I was encountering an issue where if the NPC gets a little too close, and if it's not detecting the hitbox and stuff. So I was just like, let me just add knockback. I feel like that's a good alternative because then if it just knocks them back a little bit, then they can just keep walking towards them. So I'm going to say local attachment is equal to instance.new attachment. Then I'm going to parent this attachment to the enemy characters. Make sure you're parenting it to the right one. Humanoid root part, right? And then I'm going to create a variable for the linear velocity. So linear velocity is equal to instance.new linear velocity. Parent this to the attachment, right? Then it's going to set some properties. So linear velocity dot max force is equal to 5, 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then linear velocity dot vector velocity is equal to vector 3 dot new. And then you're simply just going to say, wait, actually, no, sorry, I did this wrong. I forgot. Yeah, we multiply it. So we're going to say vector velocity is equal to, in parentheses, you're just simply going to say enemy NPC dot humanoid root part. It's actually very similar to what we did up here. Yeah, it's literally very similar to what we did up here. So you can just copy and paste this, Control C for the distance variable, Control V, and then you're going to go on the outside and say dot magnitude, right? Or sorry, not dot magnitude. You're going to say dot unit. That's what it is. You're going to say dot unit times vector 2. I don't know why it keeps autocorrecting vector 2, but yeah, sorry, vector 3. And then you're just gonna say -80, comma 0, comma -80, right? So it either pushes them to the side or back or both, which both isn't really a bad thing. And then we're gonna say linear velocity dot attachment 0 is equal to attachment. Use the debris service to ds add item, or not add tag, add item. And then you're gonna say attachment, comma 0.1 second. Then you're gonna set an if statement. So if enemy NPC dot next animation dot value is equal to left, this is just simply setting it to right, and if it's equal to right, it'll be set to left, just so we can make sure that the animations are constantly changing. It's left punch, right punch, left punch, right punch, and stuff like that. So yeah, so then I just say enemy NPC dot next animation dot value is equal to right, and then we could just copy and paste this, Control C, then just say type the word else, Control V, and then just switch them around, right, left. That simple. Right, and then after the if statement, that would be it for the M1 code. We would then say else if attack chance is greater than or equal to 75, so it's a 1 in 4 chance of the ability landing stuff, which is still a good chance. Then I'm going to clone over the infinity spear. I'm going to write the code for the infinity attack. So I'm going to say infinity spear is equal to game server storage infinity spear clone. Then I'm gonna say infinity spear. I'm gonna set some properties. So I'm gonna say infinity spear pivot 2, and then for this you're gonna say enemy NPC that humanoid root part dot C frame, and then infinity spear. You're gonna say infinity spear dot parent is equal to workspace, and then I'm gonna just weld it. So infinity spear weld constraint, because it does have a weld constraint in it, so it's welded to the player, or the enemy in this case. So weld constraint, and then I believe it was part 1. I think, yeah, part 1. So it's equal to enemy NPC dot humanoid root part. Then once we're done with that, I'm gonna set up the first tween. So first tween is equal to ts create. So obviously for the instance it'll be the infinity spear. Then you'll say tween info dot new, and then for the first tween, the duration will be 0.3 seconds, comma, then enum dot easing style dot linear, then comma enum dot easing direction, and then for this, or for the first one I should say, is out, then comma create a table for the properties, and then I'm going to say size is equal to vector 3 dot new. Then I think I just did 80 by 80 by 80, and then of course we're going to play the tween. So first tween play, right? And then once we are done with that, I'm going to play the infinity sound. So I'm going to say ss.infinity. I'm just setting it so time position is equal to 0, just so it resets. And then I'm just going to play the sound. So infinity play, right? Then once I'm done with that, I am going to set up a delayed function. So delay 0.1 seconds. So function, close parentheses, enter. Inside this delayed function, I'm going to set up a second tween. So you can just copy and paste Control C, Control V, and then just rename this to second tween, Control C, Control V. And then the difference with this is the duration for this would be 0.1 second. And then all you're doing is just making it transparent. So transparency, easing direction, it can go to in instead of out now. And then you're just going to set the transparency to 1. And then boom. That's it for the delayed function. Then after this, you're going to make it so that the character's walk speed and jump power is slowed down. So character.humanoid walk speed is equal to 2, or you could fully stop it by just setting it to 0. Then character.humanoid jump power is equal to 2 as well. And then after, I'm going to use a for a 2v2 impairs loop and stuff. So simply just to create a highlight effect and stuff like that, just so like it highlights their body on like a nice bright blue color. So I'm gonna say for I2 v2 impairs, right? And then I'm gonna say character get children close parentheses enter. And then I'm gonna say if v2 is a part or v2 is a mesh part to account for both R6 and R15. So if it's either one, then let's create the highlight. Local highlight is equal to instance.new highlight, right? Then you're going to parent this to the whichever body part it is. Then highlight that adorning against whatever body part you know it is. Then we're going to set the highlight tween. We can just copy and paste again. So Control V. Oh, my bad. So Control C and then Control V. And then for this, you'll just call this the highlight tween. Right, so Control C, Control V, and then obviously we are modifying the highlight rather than the infinity sphere. The duration for this is 0.5 seconds. It's still linear. This time it's out. And then for this, we're setting the color. So fill color is equal to blue. So I don't even remember what it is for like the nice light blue. I guess something like that. So that, and then I'm trying to think. I think, what is the other thing? I'm trying to think. What is the other? Like, there's a property of highlights. It's something else. Another color. The outline color. That's what I'm missing. V2, and then okay, that's what I'm missing. So then I'm gonna say outline color is equal to, and then I'm gonna just make this white. I think that's 0 by 0. No, that's black. I forgot what white is. Or is it like 0 point? No, it's just 1. Okay, there you go. So then I'm gonna play the highlight tween there, and then once I'm done with that, we're going to set up a delayed function after this, so we can just go after this, and then I'm going to say delay 2 seconds comma function close parentheses enter, right? And then let me just make sure I'm good. Okay, I'm good, right? And then in here we're just going to duplicate or copy and paste all of the code we just wrote. So Control C, Control V, and then just change this to all three, so I3 and V3 and stuff. So let me just, I don't even need to do the I3, but Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V, and Control V. And then boom. There we go, we're good. Now for the highlight variable, you're just simply going to say v3 dot highlight, right? So it'll be v3 dot highlight, and then there is no setting the adorning. You are going to have the highlight tween. This would be the second highlight tween, so highlight tween 2, right? And then for this, the duration remains the same. This time it is in, and then you're just setting the transparencies. So this time it is, I believe, it's just, yeah, you're just adding the word transparency. So fill transparency will be set to 1, and then outline transparency will be set to 1 as well. And then we will play the tween, and then I will add the tweens to the debris surface to be destroyed soon. So add item, then add the highlight, and then destroy it after 1 second. Then I'm going to skip 3 ends. Then I'm going to also destroy the infinity sphere. So ds add item, infinity sphere, destroy that after 1 second. And then I'm going to skip 5. Yeah, I'm gonna skip 5 ends, and then I'm gonna say task.wait 0.2 seconds. Now this is the general delay in the enemy walking towards the NPC, I believe. Let me see. Yeah. So that's because you obviously need a task.wait in a while true do loop. And what's it called? You don't want the enemy to be like incredibly fast, because right now the enemy has the same walk speed as a regular player as it sets to 16. You guys can adjust this, by the way. If you go to humanoid and just go to the walk speed, you can adjust how fast the enemy moves, but the task.wait also adjust that as well. So it creates a kind of delay so that they can't like keep up with a player that has the same walk speed. But anyway, let's go ahead and test to make sure this works. As always, if you guys want access to any one of my scripts or models, you guys can become either a channel member or a Discord subscriber. Link to either one of those options can be found in the description and stuff. Highly recommend that. So I clearly did the wrong thing. I already know what I did wrong. Let's go back here. Move to, wait, is it not? Oh yes, I see what I did wrong. I did move to on the model rather than the humanoid, so that's my bad. So doing it on the humanoid is what actually makes them walk to it. The way I was doing it was it's just teleports to it. So there we go. Just fix that and stuff. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, he's chasing me, he's punching me, slowing me down and stuff. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. There's literally nothing I can even do. Let me. So yeah, he's able to punch me. He's walking towards me and stuff like that. If I run over here, he's just gonna chase me and stuff. But I'm still able to get away from him because he's slowed down thanks to the task that weight and stuff, right? But then if he gets within range, he's able to punch me. You see the animations and stuff. You see how I'm switching between left and right, and then there's a chance that he'll be able to use his ability to slow me down and stuff. Like I said, there we go. So it's a 1 in 4 chance. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely like, subscribe and stuff like that. If you find any bugs, just let me know and stuff. If you need help, join my Discord server. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.